that you do, right? In any sense, are you scared? Like, do you think? I'm sure there must have been. There are some cases that when people will come after you. How can we forget that? That's a serious conversation. No? What happened? Give me. You don't say you never talk. Is that how that London thing happened? What happened? It was the effect of the Yahoo thing.
Yeah, it was the effect. It was the effect of it.
What happened? You were in the restaurant.
It was
chilling.
Because
I saw the video.
Nigerian incompetence.
It
was a Nigerian restaurant in the UK. Now, if it was a white-owned establishment, that wouldn't have happened.
It can never happen
because they will have security.
Of course.
They won't allow people wearing hoodies, covering their faces to loiter outside the establishment, let alone walk into it. So that can only happen in a Niger setting, and that was what happened. So they just walked in, and I think, unfortunately for them, they underestimated me. Ruggedman
Baba.
So they underestimated me. So I think they were well, I don't know what it was they were expecting, but I'm sure I'm even older than these boys that came at me. It was me being the kind of person I am. If I walk into any place, I'm very security conscious. So if I walk into a place, one of the first things I'm checking out is, I'll ask you where this place leads to. I want to know where to, in case anything happens. That's how I am. So when I walked in, I made sure I sat in such a way that I could see anybody coming in. And I could also even see, there was a glass, so I could even see outside. So that's how I was seated. So when I saw somebody walk past the glass looking in at where we were seated, spider senses tingled. Like, was this one? I noticed everything around me. If I'm sitting here with you and somebody's countenance changes, I notice.
Yes.
That's how I am. So I noticed somebody came and peeped in. Acted like he was walking past, but he spent too much time looking in. So I just felt
you could tell. Yeah, your instinct would have told you that something is wrong. Yeah.
The person passed. Then I saw the person by the glass. He was on his phone. He was on his phone. Then as if he talked to somebody, he sent a message. I could see him, but from the angle he couldn't see inside. He had to come to walk past to look in, but from where I was sitting, I could see outside. So I saw him on his phone. So the way it was as if so whoever he was talking to, I told him, check if it's him, are you sure, kind of thing. So he now cut the call. He now walked up again and now looked in. He now even did like this time,
So you already knew.
Then I knew. All of a sudden, I saw one boy wearing a hoodie come, 2, 3. I saw them. I could see them from the glass, and I told my friend that so that these people are gathering like this. I don't like the way this is looking. My friend was like, no, it's a Nigerian restaurant. So Nigerians, remember what I mean by that stupid Nigerian incompetence rubbish we always do. I said, okay, no problem. Then all of a sudden, the one of them in the hood now did the same walk and had to look in. Down looked, another one looked, and then they walked back. They just kept going back and forth. Next thing they were like 5, 6. When I said, nah, this is not normal. Yeah, I said, nah, this is not normal. I said, you're supposed to pay me money for this story.
This story is priceless.
I intend to interview me on my own show. I'm looking for how I'll do it. Maybe you come and help me. I want to interview me on my show. I wear a shirt, ask questions. But anyway, no. Yeah, no, I think I know how to do it. I wear a shirt and ask all the questions. Ask all the questions.
Another one answer everything.
I wear another shirt and answer. So I just noticed that, and then I called one of the waiters. I called the guy, and I'm like, sorry, do you guys have security here? Actually, what even brought me there was, one, my friend's wife and the sister wanted to take me out before I was leaving UK 2 days or 3 days after that.
Oh, okay.
So they just wanted me to
just
want to take me out to dinner.
Out,
so they asked if I wanted Chinese. Maybe I should have just taken Chinese. I didn't know I would have to fight Chinese because I chose African. So they asked if I wanted Chinese. I'm like, come on. I mean, I just want fish. I want croaker fish. And I said, okay, there's a Nigerian restaurant. I'm like, Nigerians don't care. You know, because a lot of people have told me, look, just avoid where Nigerians gather, you know, because you don't know who's who kind of thing. So they were like, I know that the places where elderly people come is reserved, is this, is that, they reserve KUD.
What's the place? What's the name of the
805.
805, okay.
805.
Okay.
A very rubbish, anyway, very rubbish, let me say, rubbishly run place. Because imagine in the middle of fight, and all I was hearing was, they have not paid their bill. They have not paid their bill. I cannot forget that girl's voice.
Are you kidding me?
Anyways, you know, so I called the waiter and I asked him, do you guys have security here? Typical Nigerian, question for question. The next thing he asked me was,
why do you need security?
He didn't say that. He just said, why? I said, because I'm seeing some funny looking people wearing hoodie, people covering their faces outside. He said, no. This time I was standing. He was here, I was here. The glass was behind me.
Okay.
And then there's a wall here and there's a door there. So the door there now, you have to, for you to come in here, for you to go out, you have to walk through that door, turn this way and walk the same length and go out.
Yes.
And that out you're going is where that glass is.
Yeah. Yes.
So
yes.
So while I was there, I was now standing like this and I was asking him, so I said, do you guys have security? He said, why? I said, because I don't like the way these boys are. He said, no, they're just boys that come around and they don't come inside. Immediately he said, they don't come inside. I don't know what made me tilt my head. I just leaned, looked, away from him. One of them was already walking. He had come in. I was walking towards us. And he had a hoodie. He had his hood to his face. He had his t-shirt over his mouth. Immediately I just saw that one. I didn't even see the waiter again. I just took a step back and faced the person coming. And all I was looking at was, I just quickly, I'm a very funny human being. That cartoon scanning thing. No. I just looked at him from head to toe. I looked at his hands. Is he holding anything?
Yes.
Because there are chairs there. So I was like, because if he's holding anything in his hand, I would take chair. I would my chair. So I just checked. He wasn't holding anything. Okay, I was like, okay, fine. I was just looking at him dead in the eyes. When he now got like some feet from me, he just did like this. So immediately he did this. I said, okay.
Okay, fist for fist.
Maybe talk, he won't talk.
No, level
he's
ground.
not coming to talk.
Yes.
He's coming to fight. I didn't do anything. All I did was I put one foot. I took a fighting stance, but without moving my hands.
Okay.
I don't know where. I'm just crazy. That's all I keep saying to myself. Immediately he did this. I put one foot. I balanced myself proper. I took the proper fighting stance, but I didn't raise my hands. My hands were to my sides, but I already made fists. So I was like this. Immediately he did this. So I knew he was coming to fight. So I just stood. Immediately he got like close enough. He didn't know. Immediately he just got in front of me.
So you attacked first,
brother.
Yes.
He came like this.
Yes.
If he had come like this or come like this,
yes.
I said, came like this. So this is not how they greet anyway. This is not greeting in any language. So immediately he just got close enough. My leg was back. I just took a step forward and went
straight.
Boom! His face
straight.
Because while he was coming, another one had walked in.
Yeah.
Was coming behind him. So immediately I punched him. He fell to the left. The second one came. I entered that one straight. While I was fighting with that one, the third one was coming in. The one that fell stood
now
up.
It's a mob.
Now it was 3 people. 3 people on me. And don't forget, my friend's wife and the sister were there.
Oh.
So what I now did was, that's why I say sometimes I'm not normal. Since there was a time I had an accident, first and only time I ever had an accident on a co-bridge. There's this thing I do. I try to calm myself.
Yes.
So immediately the accident happened, I just went, when Chinese go, I just did that. I just went.
People, that's actually a cheat code though. I'm telling you, just take that long breath. It's a cheat code. Whenever you're tensed or you're in a situation,
just calm.
Just take a deep breath.
Doing things
then rearrange yourself. Yes. Yes.
So when I bashed, or when the accident happened, because it wasn't my fault, I just did it. Okay, what's going on? Car bashed. What's happening? Smoke was coming. Why is the smoke coming out? Engine is on. All of a sudden, I just heard, engine is on. Why is the ignition on? I just turned off the ignition. Smoke just went down. Good. Okay, what next? Get out of the car.
Yes.
And as I tried to move, I couldn't move. I looked down. The dashboard was on my leg. But luckily for me, there was some people. Luckily, but then still, I wonder why they were there. Because there was a parked bus on the bridge at the bottleneck, blocking more than half of the road. And you won't see it because it was late. I didn't see it until the last minute. I almost swerved to the right. It was at that Marine Eco Bridge near the bottleneck going down to Marina. I swerved right to take that turning.
But and
I remember they were fixing that bridge. There was a big boulder blocking that. I just swerved back to try to make, because if I had slammed on my brakes anyhow, the car might have flipped. So I just tried. So then, anyway, so immediately I punched first guy. He fell. Second guy came. I punched him. Third guy was walking in. My mind went to there are two women to my left.
Yes.
So what I did was I now took the fight. I moved to the right, so they followed me.
Yeah.
That's all I had in my mind. Hopefully the women will.
They can move out. Yeah.
The women, they did move. Good. Then while I was fighting these three people, my brother, let me tell you what I've never told anybody. I had two friends, guys, there with me. One is 3 times my size. The second one is 2 times my size. When I moved to the right for the women to run, my friends ran. Because when I moved to the right, thinking, okay, let the women go.
Then let's be men.
Imagine while I was fighting, throwing face, I took a look to my left to see who my friends were fighting. I didn't see anybody there. That was when I realized, I didn't see anybody, my brother.
Wow.
I thought I was punching before. You know when they say, I started punching faster because I was fighting three people.
Wow.
Because some of them, before they raise hands,
one of them already carried the chair.
I'm getting there now. So when I was fighting the 3 of them like that, I just, you know that slow motion thing. I said, see, life is so crazy. Imagine while I was doing that, all of a sudden I just realized I was about to slip. I just realized my foot was about to go.
Yeah.
And all of this was happening like this, but it was in slow motion. I just realized I was about to slip. And what went to my mind was 1, 2, 3 guys. If I slip and fall, I'm done.
No.
Get Franklin stomp.
That can happen.
So you know what I did? I just grabbed 2 of them. So as I was slipping, they all fell with me. So instead of only me trying to regain balance, they were now also trying to regain balance. So them now, obviously they couldn't be punching and trying to regain balance.
Yes.
So that was the only, as I grabbed 2 and we went down, that was the only time one of them, the one standing, kicked me on the side.
Ooh.
But while the other ones were trying to get up. So I was still holding them.
Who did the video?
One of them. I'll tell you why.
Oh yeah?
I'll tell you why. And it was from outside. And I believe it was that guy that was on the phone then. So as they were struggling to get up, I was holding them. So as they were pulling themselves up, they pulled me up. That's why I held on. That's why I said, I thank God for my life and where I reasoned. I held them and as I was slipping, so we all went down. Because if I slipped on my own, I'll be the only one on the ground.
Yeah.
And they would have stumped
you out.
So instead I grabbed hold of 2 of them, and as I fell, they fell with me. So that falling that I fell, a 4th guy, the one with the chair, was coming with the chair.
Yes.
But because his people were also down with me, he couldn't swing the chair. Because he would have swung, he would have hit anybody.
Yes.
So he was just there going like. So while I was down, they were trying to get them. Once they pulled themselves up, they
had to pull you up automatically. Yeah.
Then that was when I immediately stood up. That was when that one now swung the chair and I blocked the chair. I left the one I was holding, blocked the chair. That was when this one was able to put a punch here. I swear to you, God bless, only 2 punches touched me in that whole thing. 1 punch, that kick. I blocked the chair and I grabbed the chair and brought it down
Yes,
in
that
between
was
all of us.
Yes.
As in, my friend's husband was like, how did you learn all this? I said, look, I don't know. But I'm just.
But at that point, nobody called the police. Nobody.
No, I think somebody must have. Then all these things, Jobless, happen in a minute and a half.
Yeah.
It will feel like 2 hours to a lot of people.
It
will feel like 2 hours to a lot of people.
Yeah, it's like 1
to
minute,
me, that
30
it was
seconds.
happening to, it was slow motion. Kind of. Maybe because of how I am, I don't know.
Yes.
You know? So immediately I pulled the chair between us. Those ones were now trying to punch. And then I now realized there was another guy coming. Now this guy coming had his hoodie up.
Now that makes them 5.
Had his hoodie up, had his hands in his pockets. Imagine as I fight 4 people, I still get chance to see person with it come. So this guy was a bit too calm. He had his hands in his pockets and he was just walking like this. That's when I now thought to myself, this one now that I can't see his hands,
now you have
I don't know what he's coming with.
Now you have
the rest I know what they're holding. I know they're not holding anything, but this one coming has his hands in his pockets. It could be anything. So leave. That was when I just dropped everything,
I just struggled and just moved out of that place.
I had to climb the chair. One was pulling my shirt. That was when my shirt almost came off, and then I got on the chair and just ran out. Now guess what? You see the way this door is. You know I told you there was a door there.
Yeah.
Now imagine when I got to that door, Nigerians were all there watching. They were watching the fight. Plenty of people were there just watching the fight. None of them came to help. It was when I got there and the boys were now coming there too. Then they now started running.
Wow.
I knew that to the left was outside. They were outside. More of them were outside. So
you had to go right.
So I had to go right. Now the right had the ladies and female and male toilet, obviously. Immediately I turned. There was somebody was getting into one and just quickly closed the door. I tried to push it. It didn't. The person locked it quickly. So luckily for me, the next one to the right was empty. I just entered it, and as I was closing it, somebody pushed against it. I pushed back and I bolted it. Somebody ran shouted, "Ruggedman, okay, yeah." I said, "Idiot, why didn't you come one or only you? Okay, yeah. Five of you on one person, we are bragging like 100.
Wow.
As I held the door, I looked up and there was glass at the top, so I now put my body on the door in case they smash
the glass
kind of thing, you know. But after a while, I just heard somebody say, "Hey, don't worry, they have gone. The police are here." Nigerian voice. My man, I'm like, "The police are here." So it wasn't until I heard, I said, I said, "Hi, Uyibo police."
Yeah,
Good.
okay.
And I opened the door and I
out.
came out and I saw the police officer. I said, no problem. And I stepped out. Then I started asking me questions. "Are you okay there? Who am I?" Then I said, "I was people around." I said, "Oh, he was one they attacked." He was like, the officer was not asking, "Do I know them?" No. I said, "No."
You don't even know those boys.
I don't know them. Well, the place.
Did they identify any of them afterwards?
I don't know. I know I left.
Probably
I left
don't even
a
have
couple
good
of days.
cameras at the place anyway.
They actually had CCTV, but that's why the boys wore their hoodies. You know, well, the only thing I missed out on was
Pulling in one of the
but
face.
then there were too many of them. That kind of thing. So I was more in for defending myself and and all that. So
Oh wow.
basically, the police came, asked questions. That's when I now started hearing, "They have not paid their bill. They have not paid their bill." Then I heard the owner of the place. I think it was the owner of the. "Make sure you collect all their money." And I'm like, typical stupid Nigerian. Somebody was just attacked in your establishment. And you don't have any security outside. You don't have nothing to help.
And all you care about is your money.
And all you care about is your money. So the police came, we spoke and everything, and then the ladies were now like that. That was when my hefty friends now came back. One of them, and I said, "Where you go?" He said, "I go look for ice." I'm sure he didn't know when he said that. But anyway,
ice. What does it mean by ice?
Ice.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, ice.
That you used to drink?
My brother. So that's his business. Anyways, so the ladies were now like, they were afraid that the police officers wanted to leave, so they were afraid that the boys will come back. No, the officer was like, "No, he doesn't think they'll come back because they have patrol cars actually now going around
looking for them,
find any of them." Not like, okay. Then I asked the officer, I said, okay, wait, sorry, can they give me a ride to somewhere along the road?
So at least to a safe spot.
To a safe spot kind of thing. The officer was like, sure. Then I opened the back of the car for me, and I entered the back of the car. Then one of my friend was now driving behind us. So at the point, the officers were just talking to themselves. Then I just looked at it, I just said, sorry. He goes, one of them turns. I'm like, I'm not sure it's every day that somebody willingly gets into the back of your car. They just love me.
I was to sleep. You know, in a police car.
You understand? Because normally, once you're in that back of that car, that means
you're going inside.
Two of them just start laughing. Like,
wow.
You know? Then they now got to where we just started gisting. Then we now got to where he now said, "Is this okay?" I said, "Sure, sure." We now park. I was not like, I don't know why. I just said, "Can I take a picture with you?" The guy looked at me and I was like, "Okay." We now took a selfie. So that was a picture. Now, by the time I got back to my hotel, Abu Ebel called me. Rocky, kilo shele. I said, kilo shele. He said he just saw a video. I said, video okay? He said, yeah, he just saw a video that I was attacked in London. Money, you saw a video. Money, I'm just coming from the place. It's not up to 20 minutes. I said, please send me the video. He said, okay.
Yeah.
He now sent me the video.
So it was premeditated.
Yep.
They planned everything.
Yep. He now sent me the video. Then when I now played the video, guess where the video started from? When, just as I was some seconds to when I slipped.
Yes, when the fifth guy was coming in.
And when we all got up with all the struggle,
yes,
then I wanted to leave.
Moved out.
So what they did was, whoever was recording from outside, they now cut out all the parts where I punched and everything. They cut out that to try to make it look. Oh, look at Ruggedman. I'm not hearing someone saying, "Look at Ruggedman, he's running." Oh no, with a stupid British accent. Oh, he's running. You know, that kind of thing. And I said, okay, so they actually planned out there. I said, good. You know what I did? I posted the video myself. I posted the video and I attached the selfie with the police officer. Yeah. I put it there and I tagged Insta. I tagged everybody. I tagged every blogger. I tagged all of them. You know why? I wanted to control the narrative.
Yes.
Because if it had come out from any of them first, or you would have heard, you probably heard they have beaten Ruggedman black and blue, purple and green, red.
But what's the purpose of all that?
Brotherly, remember that thing I said about some Nigerians have this mentality of I must collect, I must chop your money, I must bring you down, trolling thingy. They probably thought they would do that video and use it to embarrass me. But at the end of the day, they embarrassed themselves because somebody was like, are you sure this one is fight? All I'm seeing is just people grab, and then there was a post, there was a comment. I said, is this the Ruggedman they said they beat in London? That even looks fresher after the fight. I'm doing it right. I saw another babe's comment. She was like, that if this is how Ruggedman is, I prefer to have this kind of boyfriend. Or at least I know that when there's fights. One Igbo comedian, I forgot his name, even did a video. He did a skit. I was saying, Ruggedman cream. That no matter what you do, if they knock you with iron, then you go come out fresher than you do. Even if 5 people fight you for London, you go it was everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, and the one that pained them the most was somebody now said, he's counting like 5 people against one person. And they don't even do anything. No swelling, no nothing.
Came out fresh.
All these hamburger. I think he wrote all these hamburger boys. I said, why? I said that pained them because after like an hour or two, I just saw another clip. Somebody again from UK took that clip, now cut it. They now cut out even that struggling part. They now put only the part where I got on the chairs and ran out. And they said, see him running. They beat him in London. Somebody now wrote, shut up, we don't see the other video. Now we move people. All of them, I don't beat one person. You know, so that was basically it. And even in the video, when I posted the video, I said, unfortunately, I was attacked in a Nigerian restaurant in the UK by some misguided Nigerian youth because I know they're Nigerian.
Those were your exact words.
By some misguided Nigerian youths. But this will not stop me from being who I am and doing what I do.
Yes.
That's what